The only reason why I'm even doing this video and doing a response to this comment is because, quite frankly, bad comments just give me ideas because sometimes I just can't think of anything to say, to talk about, because I don't do this all the time. But basically, the criticism is that I'm not doing the right thing in teaching because I'm not affiliated with national level organizations or even state organizations with Taekwondo and Judo for my club. And let me just start by saying that's actually ridiculous. And another criticism is that I technically don't have a grandmaster in Taekwondo. I don't. Technically. I do, but I technically don't. I'm off on my own doing Cecil Ryu martial arts. And apparently that's wrong. I should have someone over me. So then that would make me legitimate, I guess. And this person also wanted to know about my lineage. And the first thing I did was put a link. I'll put a link in the description. The link to my website that talks about everybody who I've pretty much trained under. And actually 2 organizations that I am actually in. They're Kyusho orgs, they're not Taekwondo orgs, but I am in 2 organizations that are run by grandmasters. So saying that I'm doing something wrong because with my main forte, I'm independent. You know, I'm considering myself in that area, that little, the conglomeration of what is me, I'm a Soke. Right? And I'm wrong in doing that, according to this person. But I'm not, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you why it's not good for me to be in orgs based on how and where I'm teaching. Okay, so in terms of my legitimacy to fly without a net, in Taekwondo, especially, that's the main thing I teach now. Okay. The guy who awarded me the first degree in Taekwondo, pretty much him and other black belts that were under him at the time told me to my face, stop being selfish, go out and teach, you know enough to teach. Don't use the excuse that you're not a 4th degree black belt to keep you from running a class. You know more than enough to run a class, you know it. Get out there and give back. That's permission to teach right there. The guy who awarded me the 2nd degree in Taekwondo, an actual grandmaster, who is probably one of the people I've been subconsciously searching for, but that's another video, looked at me and said, you don't really need me anymore. Follow your own path and keep going. You're on the right track, keep going. If you want to train with me, fine. And I did for a little bit, but other things got in the way. So, told by 2 different people to stop being in student mode and go into teacher mode. That's not good enough, right? Now, I don't write that whole thing down on my website. If you go to the whistle kick interview I did, I think that does come up. So, I have no guilt right there. I'm not McDojoing anyone. I'm not trying to pull a wool over anybody's eyes. When people ask, or sometimes when they don't ask, I tell them, you know I'm independent, and you know if you go to another place, they're probably not going to recognize your rank, right? And then that bleeds over into judo. For judo, I had a judo club for a while, and in the org that I was in, and I'm going to rejoin again so I can go to the seminar that's coming up, because I want to take a look at the new judo rules and then decide if we want to still keep going in that. So I got to join USJF to go to that seminar. In our area, Shodans can form clubs because it's hard to get a Shodan from that organization. And if you don't like it, you take it up with the people that run that board. You take it up with them. Shodans can form clubs. That used to be how it was a long time ago. You know, these glory days that a lot of these purists pine for, those clubs were run by Shodans. Them hard-hitting clubs, things that you hear about, those are like those are run by 1st through 4th degree black belts. maybe a fifth here and there back in the day. So, making a video. See, that's why I'm in the closet, because if I don't, my family's gonna get me, and that's cool. So where was I? Oh yeah. Now, where I do have oversight, and see, you can tell this person doesn't really know what I'm talking about. Or doesn't know what they're talking about, because as far as Q show, I do have a teacher that I meet with regularly for Q show. He's a study group leader. I need to write his name on the website too. I should write his name on the bio, but that thing was just getting so long. It's just like I just wrote down where stuff I got ranked from. If I got a rank in it, I'll put it there. So that's for Evans organization. I meet with Dwayne. And because of cost and family commitments, I might have to stop that. And I'm going to use that to segue into sometimes why I don't join things. Big orgs. Even though I'm also in Grandmaster Art Mason's Q show organization, that's where I got my black belt in that from him. And he mentioned me as one of his black belts. So, not by whole name, just by first name. So, now, one reason why I don't join organizations is because I'm feeding 4 people, including myself. And I looked at the new fees for some of these things. I was thinking it would be like maybe $150 a year. And now it would be probably, if I joined every org that I could join for every track of thing that I like to study, it's probably between $250 and $300 that will be coming out of my account every January, right after Christmas, and right when my kids' birthdays are. And if you think that my wife is going to put up with that, you got another thing coming. And I'm not henpecked. For not my primary job, you're crazy. And I don't fault her for that, because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would be looking at, what? You don't even see these, what? Just to be down, what? I would be looking at her like that. So, no. Now, the things I really do need to renew for, I do. So it's not that high. But to participate in local tournaments for Taekwondo, you just have to pay the fee for that tournament. You don't have to join the whole thing. That's because we do, like, the tournaments that we get into that don't require a national org name, we actually get to work with Kung Fu. It'll be karate, Kung Fu, and Taekwondo people against each other. And in the format is similar enough that they can all work out and get along. And at the Capital Classics, they even had Point MMA. And I think I'm going to try to get us to do something with that within the next few years, even if it's just me getting in there and doing it. But this is not full contact, it's Point MMA. So we don't have to do that. And I tell people, and I'm glad they got this, I saw this new option now where you can just join for a month and it's not that bad. I tell people, if you want to compete in judo tournaments, you've got to join the judo org. And reason number 2, segue into that, is I teach at community centers where cost is an issue. The only person who tends to pay to join national orgs is me. Out of the whole class, is me. My top 2 students, or now they're guest instructors, and they're my kids, and I'm still paying because I got, when they join up, yeah, I want to go to this thing, so then I got to pay the fees and the fee and the other fee. I'm paying. I'm still paying. I'm the only one that's paying. And it never fails. Every time, I just stop asking after a while. Every time I go to the kids and the parents are sitting on the side, or the adults and the spouses are sitting on the side, and I say, hey, I want you guys this org, and I'm just going to say this org because it's happened with every single style type. It's the same thing. I can predict their reactions now. Hey, this org, if you join this org, I've joined this org, and it's going to allow you to blah, 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 blah. They look at me like I'm crazy. Because the fee to join and get that national certification or recognition for a year is as much or more than the cost of the class itself. So they are going to say, I joined here because of the cost and because you're doing Rec Center, you're not demanding that much of my time. That's what I came in for, right? You don't have testing fees. You don't have contracts. You're doing this as a service to the community. Hey, this is the community talking back to me. We're the community. We don't want to pay for all that. We want to learn. And if I even try to go to the argument, well, you know, you're not as good as people who actually blah, 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 blah. They're like, but we can still learn how to fight though, right? We can still protect ourselves, right? Yes, you can. Fine. We don't have to be the next Bruce Lee. We just want to be able to protect ourselves from some fools that come up and try to bother us. You can do that, right? I know you can. And yes, I can. So it's too much of a cost for them to join. Now, every once in a while, one of them will join. But for me to try to maintain that for them and all that, no, it's not feasible. The martial arts are getting to a point. I don't know if anybody else sees this yet. Traditional martial arts stand a good chance of being wiped out by MMA and any of the more sports-oriented type stuff. Now, the stuff I teach has a sporty aspect, but it's not on American television. And if nobody is teaching it, it's going to go away. Also, if things like lineage and things like national level recognition are super important to people, they don't train with me. They go to the storefronts. That's who the storefronts are there for. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. It is not wrong. But if that's so important, people go there. And I've even told people, like, I really wish, back when I only had one class, I really wish I could do more classes. I'll tell them, you should go to a storefront school. And one time, I think I even helped call. You should go to a storefront school because that way you can get more of what you want, more of what you need, because I can't do the before care, after care thing, and I can't come out here every day, because especially at that time, because I have minor children, I need to be at home so that my family has a stable presence from daddy. So I'm going to cut this video short here. This will be part 1. And then I'm going to go off and rant about lineage and why I don't necessarily claim lineage. I just claim who I studied from. Peace.